What's happening, guys? This is a video of a trade that I placed trading Nike stock and how I made $450 in about 2-3 minutes, I think less than that. What I'll do is I'll run you through exactly why I did it, and I'll also show you the analysis behind that, and then I will show you the trade and I'll analyse as the trade's happening. I didn't record it live, this part live, because I'm not that skilled yet. This is all new to me, this camera stuff, and I'm not as good as Zed yet with it, and being able to trade it live, I can't concentrate properly, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is going to be my analysis now, so let's head over to that. Okay, so for the analysis, we have headline reads, Nike leaps 12% after crushing earnings expectations and accelerating online sales shift. Sounds good, which is great. The stock was up 12% pre-market. However, when you have a stock like Nike that's at its all-time highs, here's a all-time high chart of the stock itself. What that means is that although it's up 12%, it needs to create room for further investors to come in, because you're buying at all-time highs. There needs to be some kind of correction downwards before it can continue up, okay? Now the stock itself, as it said there, leaps 12%. Now that was pre-market, okay? So that's people like us, day traders, coming in and buying that stock pre-market before the market opens US time, okay? So they bought that stock through the night, which pushed the price up 12%. So when the market opens at 2:30 UK time, the market would be up 12%. This particular stock would be up 12%. So from a trader's perspective, I know that the stock is at all-time highs. I know that over 10% generally means it's overbought, so there has to be some kind of pullback before we can push higher, okay? So there could have been two ways you could have played this stock. You could have waited for the profit takers pre-market to take their profits, which would have brought the price down, and then go long and ride it back up slowly. Or if you do the strategy that we've learned with Zed, which is a lot quicker and a lot easier, you follow the price action, okay? So the price action for this, I'll show you in a minute, but it was quite clear that there was going to be some profit taking. There was some profit taking at the start, okay? So the profit takers come in, the price comes down a little bit, 2-3%, and then eventually throughout the rest of the day we had almost like a Nike pattern of the stock where it recovered, and then no doubt today and for the rest of the week or whatever, it will carry on rising, because as I said, Nike's quite an emotional stock and people love this stock, seeing that it's all-time highs as well, okay? So my strategy was, okay, this is going to be overbought, it's at its all-time highs, I'm going to play the short right at the open based on price actions, as long as that shows me it's doing that, because the stock could have carried on going if it wanted to. But that was my thinking behind it. So it's all-time highs, it's overbought, there's going to be some kind of correction here before we get the inevitable Nike tick that's going to push the stock back up. So I'll show you that now on the trade, and I'll show you in live time. Okay, here we go. So what we're looking for is the price action to come down. We were waiting for the break of the round number, and there you get it straight away. It was quite an aggressive break of the round number as well, so that's really important. Sometimes you get a little tickering through and it's not so convincing, so you have to wait a second. With that, it really broke through it, so I thought that's a good entry, because we've broken that 1300 round number area, 13,000 round number area, and here we go. So the stock now wants to start moving. 129.50 is another little round number for a bit of resistance, a bit of support, and I thought the way that's moving, that stock's got a lot more to give, and the stock starts breaking through. As soon as it breaks through, the next round number is the support. We get a little bit of slowdown there, breaks through very, very easy. I thought this stock's got quite a bit to go. 12,850 again is another round number support. Get a bit of a slowdown here, so I just hover over the close button just to see if we get some kind of crazy bounce back up, because sometimes that can happen. It started to happen here, so I just held the mouse over the close area, waiting for it to break. Will it break it? Waiting patiently. I've got my finger over the close just in case it doesn't. And there we go, starting to break. And there we go, we broke it. Okay, so then again, you see as soon as quickly it breaks that round number, how quick it gets down to the next round number. So I waited here to see if we're gonna smash through this, but as it started to pull back, I thought, you know what, just over £300, just over $450 in around about just over 2 minutes. So I thought, you know what, that's great trading. You take that all day long. You know, you have to work days to get that kind of wages where I'm from. And yeah, that was my analysis there. As I said, that straight red line down is your profit takers pre-market. I think the stock did eventually then bounce right back up to 12,950, then come back down, and then eventually made that night pattern, like I said, throughout the rest of the day. You can check that. But that's my analysis of that stock. It's quite quick, but you know, if you can make that kind of money in 2 minutes, you don't need to wait around. So that's the analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. My first video, so bear with me. I'm going to do more of them sort of videos, because for me, when I first looked around on YouTube to see how to, you know, trade the markets and what to look for and, you know, strategies that could help, these sort of videos really helped me when watching Zed's videos. And hopefully I'll get as confident to be able to trade them live, so it's a little bit more raw for you. However, at the minute I have to concentrate on the stock and watch for price action properly and not worry about that I'm recording the screen properly and everything. But yes, as I said, £300 in just over 2 minutes, or just under 2 minutes, $450, an hour's worth of analysis, if that. But you know, it's not as easy that, you know, that looked very easy. It takes a lot of losses and a lot of lessons to understand price action and to see what was going on there, you know. Because a lot of people would have bought that stock and been caught out on that, the open, because common sense says the Nike stock is really doing well this year. It's just smashed its earnings. Common sense would say to buy that. The specific pattern that we've been taught and that we learned in the Zed Monopoly group chat, that we knew what was going to happen there. So thank you for watching that video. You know, let me know if there's anything that you want me to do. Give me some suggestions. And yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.